Fuck it! Let's give the people what they came for!
Let's fucking go.
Get your spectral sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
What? No. What's up? It's Wednesday morning, guys. I was busy and I didn't even realize it was time to go live. Let me know in the chat. One, if you can hear me, make sure it's not too loud. How's everybody doing on this fine? Let's see, what day is Wednesday, the 29th. How you doing? I hope everything is good. Oh, also, we have huge supporters to this channel. We are growing. We're trying to kill the demonetization. We're trying to get the monetization back. Get back in the algorithms. We got to do this. Trim the beard a little bit this morning. Got to do some more work. That gray makes it look like it just curse. All right. Anyways, you want to support the channel? It's going across the screen right there. You can hit the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I got QR code up there in the corner if you would like to hit that. Or just let me know. We're going to take it out because I don't really like to look like a idiot. How's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday morning? As you can see, the main thing of the video, we're going to go over some news clippings and stuff like that. We had King Charles III over here in America. Of course, all the Democrats wanted to stand up and applaud this man. I think he's really, I have no use for the kings and queens. I really don't care for him. Nothing to me over there. But it's funny how they will, support no king protests, support all these no king Trump shit, But then a real king comes over here and they stand up and applause the man. So this just goes to show you and tell you that they're completely ass backwards, like rules for me, not for thee, these they're hypocrites. The hypocrisy, everything that goes into the Democrat Party is ridiculous. Also, we have the left or the right. We have a couple of Republicans that I'm pissed off about. And yes, I call my own people out. Excuse me, saying that they wanted to put together a bill to get the White House ballroom built, and now they're going to try to push through, the $400 million bill on the American taxpayer. Fuck no, wait, no, sir. You guys said it was going to be funded through private people and private money donations. It was not going to cost the taxpayer nothing. So I'm going to call Trump out on that, and Lindsey Graham and the Republicans that's calling for that. Yes, I do believe we need that built to keep our president safe. But they act like Trump's going to go and sleep in that motherfucker every night that when he leaves office. They think he's going to go and live there. This is how retarded the Democrats are. But shame on you Republicans that are trying to push that they want to try to push, a bill and stuff go through for, the $400 million bill to build that. It's not on the taxpayers, just like you did the wall. And I called Trump out on that bullshit too. You said, oh, we're going to make Mexico pay for the wall. Who ended up paying for this wall? We did, the taxpayers. So Trump, to hell with your words. I support you, but I'm calling you out on your bullshit. If you're going to do something, do what you say. You understand? I don't have time for our taxpayer money to go to the shits. We didn't like it when it went through supporting, condoms in Gaza or Sesame Street books in Iran or wherever. We don't want our tax money going to support a build that you said was privately going to be donated and be done. So, yes, I'm not a bootlegger. Yes, I support Trump, but I will call him out on his shit. This is bullshit. You do not put that on the American taxpayer. There's enough stuff that's already on us that we have to pay taxes for. Excuse me. Damn, I just can't get my throat clear, man. Allergy season. Anyways, that's kind of going to be the base of the channel today, the stream. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all having a good Wednesday. It's been storming and raining like hell here in East Tennessee. We've had rain all night and all day this morning. So we're going to try to, I can't really go do much right now. So we're kind of just stuck in the house for a little while. So I figured, look, why not just get into this conversation stuff? Let's get into this and let's, let me know if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. I hope my volume is up enough. It's on about 30. I hope it's not too loud. Anyways, I hope you guys like that intro. That is a classic. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to get a video over here to my to the video clips, but man, it's like these people want to say, I don't understand this filing system. I will put it in screenshots or or video, or it goes to my OneDrive, and then I go to upload it and it's nowhere to be found. Of course, then it says it has to be on a MP4. I put it through my media player, still no go. It's like, what the hell? Why is this not working? Why when I want to download a video clip, when I pull up the file, it's not in my files? It doesn't make sense. Anyways, we're going to try to share a little bit. We're going to try to get into some of this no kings bullcrap stuff going on today. We're going to look over here. So if the weather goes out, I apologize, guys. We're trying to, run a show here. Let's see here. Let's pull up this. Oh, and we got some huge news. James Comey was indicted for the bullshit he did with the 8647 photos and all that. He is okay. So he is to surrender and be charged today. We have that as well, if you haven't heard. So we got a lot of stuff going on, man, in the news. A lot of stuff. Yes, we're going to jump into some of those things. Let me see if I can share a screen real quick. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. Let's just figure this out real quick. Video file. I want to look for a video. I want to see if I can get a video downloaded into my aspects of this. That's a good video. Let's see. I'm trying to find a video, guys, that I downloaded. Yes, there we go. Let's open that video up. I want to know why I cannot move it to my other one though. That's weird. Here, let me look at this. Let me look into this file here. That's in pictures. Okay. I have another video I want to share. I don't know why it's not coming up. It's the perfect video for everybody. I don't. Let's see. All I could really do is. Anyways, what do y'all think about James Comey? Is the second time going to go around? Or are we going to get him? Are they going to actually, charges are actually going to stick? What do you think? I don't know if they will or not. To be honest, I mean, truthfully, I don't. I don't know how well any of this will stick, I mean, really, I don't, because why is that not download right? Let's see if that'll come open and see if I can go in. I don't even know which one that is. We'll try it and see. Okay, let's see. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing good out there. I hope you can hear me. I had to mess with the microphone yesterday. My mic was really loud, and I was wondering, why is this microphone messed up? Well, come to find out, you could still, even if I paused my microphone up here, it was still going through my computer laptop. So that's not good. Okay, I got to remove that. That's not the video I wanted. Let's see here. Let's go over here to media. So what do you guys think? Do you think he will be charged? How well do you think the old dummy? Let's see if we can find this gallery. Nope, still not there. What the heck? Still not going to let me fucking open it. Why will it not let me open it? That is amazing. That just doesn't make sense. Why are you not? It's in my pictures, but it's in a file. What file is that? There's no name for it. That doesn't make any sense. Where is it at? Okay, let's see. Let's get rid of that real quick. I don't know. It keeps saying file must. Okay, one of the following types. MP4. Okay. So we're going to share a screen. We're going to jump over here. Let's see if we can figure this shit out here. Share a screen. We're going to share this. We're going to see if we can just kind of tap into a little bit of this, this craziness going on over here. We're not going to do too much. We're going to also, he says he's still innocent. This was 10 hours ago. We have historic address. Yes. Okay. This is what aggravates me, guys.
And thank you so much for joining.
Yes. We have this in a double standard. Okay. Let's go to playback speed. We're going to go up a little bit. Okay. Let's make sure we're sharing. Okay. James Comey, 86 voting.
Joining us, my name is Christy Matino, and I'll be here with you for the next several hours on Live Now from Fox. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to take you back out to this post as we continue to cover King Charles' visit to the United States. Now, King Charles marked the 250th anniversary of American independence from Britain with gratitude that the two countries united to build, quote, one of the most consequential alliances in human history. Speaking yesterday to a joint session of the U.S. Congress, Charles repeatedly highlighted the historical and cultural ties that he said have cemented an enduring bond between the United States and the United Kingdom. But even as he spoke in unifying, optimistic terms, he also delivered a series of warnings, encouraging leaders in the U.S. to remain collaborative and engaged when it comes to global affairs.
Get out here.
It was a historic moment as King Charles is just the second British monarch to address a joint session of Congress. His mother, Queen Elizabeth, delivered a similar speech back in 1991, highlighting the historic ties
similar
of both
speech
countries and the importance of their.
But also we had, look here.
To express my particular gratitude to you all for the great honor of addressing this joint meeting of Congress. And on behalf of the Queen...
Yeah.
For the great honor of addressing this joint meeting of Congress.
We're not going to go through the whole
and
speech.
On behalf of the Queen and myself, to thank the American people for welcoming us to the United States to mark this semi-quincentennial year of the Declaration of Independence. And for all of that time...
Yeah, let's stand.
And for all of that time, our destinies as nations have been interlinked. As Oscar Wilde said,
this is ridiculous.
Is to be non-political. He's more or less he's more or less
really
ceremonial.
he's non-political.
Prime Minister, members of Parliament, they usually are more political animals. But this was interesting because while he didn't explicitly utter anything that was while he didn't explicitly necessarily go after President Trump or talk in terms of politically,
Dude,
he did
can you
go
not
after
speak?
some policies, and he did it very kind of importance of the NATO alliance. Now, the NATO alliance is stuff that Donald Trump has had kind of an adversarial relationship with. And
yeah, and I tell you why. Because we and the UK, we own this base. There's a military base we own together. Well, the prime minister over there is saying now, because of white guilt, oh, hey, wait a minute. We should give this base to Africa, knowing that China will take it. They will give it to China. So this is the dilemma that Trump is speaking on with, the king yesterday with the talks that he had, because the prime minister over there, they're saying he's like 2030 or something. We should be, and they're saying, hey, wait a minute, you're probably not even going to be in there in 2030. We should have these talks and stuff. No, buddy, you're fixing your people are almost got you out of there. So not only that, damn semis, my Lord.
President has just suggested in the past that perhaps the United States may want to egress from NATO. So that was one thing he went after him on a little bit. He also talked about Article 5 of the NATO Charter, which basically says that if one country is attacked by an external entity, then every country in the NATO alliance, all 32 countries, if you will, come together and fight.
Really? Seems like America's the only one that comes to the rescue, don't it? Like when we do stuff. Like, where's the other countries? Why haven't they rushed to our aid when, when we just did all this to, this epic fury? To Iran. I mean, Trump had to literally get downright hard for just a couple of countries to even come support us. And that's what we're talking about. Like, they were even Kennedy from Louisiana yesterday was saying, hey, they're going to have to grow up. and they're going to be big boys. You know how he talks, because they have one ship that came over there, and he said it barely made it over there. They need to build their own military up. They're going to have to, start looking out for themselves. We'll see if we can find that clip too.
Was when it was during the Afghanistan invasion in 2001, following the September 11th hijackings. He talked about Ukraine a little bit, and Ukraine was something that I think Donald Trump. A lot of clapping, a lot of plaudits were given. I think when the Queen came, you had Bob Michael, the minority leader from Illinois, Bob Dole, the minority leader in the Senate from Kansas. Then you had Senator Byrd, Senator Mitchell, Speaker Foley, all basically welcoming her. This is a rare showcase, if you will, of bipartisanship. When I think both parties, I think.
So it's bipartisanship. It's bipartisanship for people to clap, the Democrats to get up, and it's not politics then, right? But then they can go out here and support these No King protests and all these protesters and say no to Donald Trump. We don't want no king. Trump's trying to be a king. That's funny, ain't it? Because they'll stand up in applause for a king that comes here that has really nothing to do with America, in my opinion. And 99-point-something% of us don't give a shit about him or the UK. Really, they don't.
A lot of them, there's a certain almost envy, if you will, of the royal family. So
I
the speech.
I don't envy him.
And it was something that I think
that looks like a miserable life.
Republicans would have issue with ideologically. I think just in the fact that there was at the time that the king showed up, it was very, very similar to what happened back in 1991 when there were a lot of bipartisan plaudits and a lot of support of the royal family.
So we've seen them unfold here. I want to talk about President Trump hosting this state visit. What can we read into the tone and symbolism of the interactions? We can see this post from Fox News saying King Charles gets a laugh at the White House state dinner. What can you glean from that?
I think it's just very much a lot of joviality. A lot of certainly Donald Trump. Well, he has a lot. He's very intrepid. He's very, very. He has a skepticism toward the.
He said toward the he couldn't even get the Democrats to stand for him, but they stood.
Family, even though the King Charles, I think, took a little bit issue with Donald Trump's policies. But I think because of that, I think Donald Trump wanted this to be the best possible event that he possibly could have. There were
of course he does.
It was really kind of
he wants it to be elegant,
partisan. It was nonpartisan, I think, to a certain degree. But I think that when you look back 10 years from now, 20 years from now,
he gave a good speech to King Charles. He put some comedy in there,
speech before the joint session of the United States Congress, and how he really challenged President
Trump.
Why
is it a historic address? It was similar to the one his mama gave. Why does that doesn't make it historic? Why is it historical? Because he's here? Who gives a shit? Go home.
Capitol Hill, as we kind of circle back to this address to Congress. The king received a warm reception on Capitol Hill, and King Charles emphasized the cooperation among allies. Really, how consistent is that with the traditional role of the British?
That I think so. I think the king really took that as kind of a cat-a-tat to President Trump, and then other issues like NATO, and certainly the fact.
Well, we also have a lot of other issues going on in this freaking crazy-ass country. Yes, we had the child injured in D.C. This shooting. It was a 5-year-old and 2 adults were shot. And they were just out playing in like a park area, recreation park area there, and they were. It's ridiculous. Okay, we have Comey indicted over. Yes, let's see. Let's make sure we can find the right one. Comey, yes, right here. Let's see. We're going to go back a little bit.
Today, a grand jury sitting in the Eastern District of North Carolina returned an indictment against James Comey on 2 counts. The first count is that on or about May 15th of last year, he knowingly and willfully making a threat to take the life of and to inflict bodily
knowingly and willfully.
The President of the United States. Count 2, same day, May 15th, 2025.
Do we think this is stand?
Knowingly and willfully transmitting.
They tried this once before.
That contained a threat to kill the President of the United States. Both of these counts carry a maximum term of imprisonment of 10 years. So I think it's fair
20
to say
years
that
in prison.
The life of
he deserves
anybody is dangerous.
Yeah,
and potentially
threatening anybody's life.
Threatening the life of the President of the United States will never be tolerated.
Exactly. No matter what president
Over the
it
past
is.
year, this department has charged dozens of cases involving threats against all sorts of individuals. We take these seriously, every single one of them. For example, just today in the Northern District of Florida, there was a guilty plea from
we got
who threatened multiple
Secretary
political
Byrd
leaders,
testifying. We got
Trump.
Pete Hegseth testifying today. We got all kinds of testifying going on.
Threats cases very similar to this one, including one where the defendant pled guilty recently to threatening former President Biden. Another one that's scheduled to go to trial this summer. Another one.
Even one that threatened Biden
was indicted for
still charging. So
Tom Homan.
People don't get it. It's still
Attorney General.
Yeah.
Earlier today, a grand jury in the Eastern District of North Carolina returned a true bill indicting Mr. James Comey with committing
in the Eastern District of North Carolina.
Willfully made a threat to kill and to inflict bodily harm upon the
So it wasn't even in D.C.
in violation of 18 U.S.C. 871A. Count 2, he knowingly and willfully transmitted an interstate.
So
and foreign
basically,
commerce
after this,
and
they just take
communication that
questions.
contained a threat
Cash Patel
to kill
speaks.
President Trump.
Work for a pair of those charges that both hold up to 10 years
Yeah.
in prison, including the threats to the president on violence and intending to potentially cause this harm. And it all stems back from a May 15th post from
Yeah.
the former FBI director.
Yeah, he didn't walk upon that. We know.
Saying, cool,
He did not walk upon that. We know he did that. I mean, I can't say guaranteed. I don't think anybody can prove it guaranteed that he actually did that in the sand. But who's just going to randomly do it? But still, he's still cool shell formation on my beach walk. He said, you know, he still posted it. That we know, everybody knows what 87 or 86 means. You 86 them, you get them, you know.
Formation
Act like people are stupid. We don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Violent act. He did
Yes.
subsequently delete that post after
It is a
speaking with the
violent act.
attorney that brought it forward. The prosecutor was not put in that position correctly, so not necessarily a unique circumstance.
Anyways, so today he's supposed to be surrendering to charges, and that will be, you know, this is earlier, I guess.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. My name is Alexandra Goldberg. I am your host for a couple of more hours tonight. FBI Director James Comey has been indicted for a second time by the Justice Department on 2 counts.
This time over a photo on social media, which officials say constituted a threat against President Trump.
I think it's fair to say that threatening the life of anybody.
Yeah,
is
not just the
dangerous.
president, but anybody.
Took down the photo and wrote, quote, I didn't realize some folks associate those numbers with violence.
Oh, come on, really? You didn't think that? This guy, he was the head of that department. He knows what this shit means. This is why I love it, because they act so, you know, dumb, stupid, like they don't know of this, you know, any of
This
this.
indictment stands out because of the name of the defense.
His political opponents.
This is a politicization of the Justice Department, a very dangerous.
Really?
In a Substack post, James
Yeah.
Comey says he's ready to fight in court.
I'm
Let
still
him.
innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the
Let him fight.
Associated Press breaking this news this morning. Ex-FBI Director James Comey indicted by the Department of
I mean, he was the FBI director. We all know that. We all know what they did. We all know how much they went after Trump, all this shit, lawfare, you know, tried all this stuff. The FBI is the police, like the baddest police, basically, in my opinion, one of the baddest police systems or organizations, whatever you want to call it. But here's the thing. You can't be a top cop FBI agent and then the top FBI, the head motherfucking charge, and not know what 86 means. That's just claiming stupidity. But then post it and say, cool, look at this. This was cool on my beach today. You knew damn well what it meant, because the 47 meant Trump.
Justice over
These
2025
people are
online
so
post.
funny
Officials say
because
was a
they act
threat
like
against
they, you
President
know,
Trump.
oh,
The Associated Press writing,
like
this
we're just
time,
going to think
forces
that
over the
we
social media
believe
photo
that
of
he doesn't
seashells
know what it
arranged on a
means.
beach that officials said constituted a
You
threat
know,
against the
come
president.
on, man.
Now, take a look here again. This is
That's
that Instagram post
ridiculous.
that we have been referencing from May 2025. Comey posting a photo of seashells that he saw on a walk. Those seashells spell out 86, 47. Prosecution saying 86 interpreted to mean to harm. 47 is in reference to President Donald Trump, the 47th president of the United States.
Heard,
And here to discuss the legal principles at play is Eugene Volokh, senior fellow at the Hoover Institution. Eugene also taught First Amendment law at UCLA Law School. Hello and good evening to you. Excuse me.
Hello.
So, Eugene, in this case, how hard or easy will it be to prove that this term 86 in a court of law is a threat of violence?
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to go anywhere.
See, some people just don't believe it's going, and it may not. You know, it may not do anything. You know? I mean, truthfully, it just may not. Hey, what's up, guys? We're live streaming right now. Come on over. Come over and click the link. Come to my channel. Come in. Drop a 1 in the chat. Subscribe to the channel.
Used as a threat of violence. Pretty much anything can be used as a threat of violence.
Well, I think most people know this, though.
As a threat of violence and consciously disregarded. Both elements have to be present. In a criminal case, that's got to be proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Very much doubt that will happen in a trial. And in fact, I think a judge may very well grant a motion to dismiss in this case to throw out the indictment before trial.
How does a court prove intent, something that you have been referencing?
Yeah, how do you?
Right. Well, so again, they would need to prove 2 things. One is that a reasonable person would understand.
Well, most reasonable person. He is a reasonable person. Are you saying the director of the FBI is not a reasonable person? Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. him out of here. Get him out of here. That's horse shit. He's a reasonable person. And all of us know, we're all familiar with that shit. Anyone that has common sense it knows that right there. We know that. Anyone. You got to be a freaking, a handicapped person to not know. Come on, man. A libtard to not know what that means, and they know what that means. You think these people out here in the streets, these protest woke libtards don't know what that shit means? That's the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh, we don't know what it means. Oh, we don't know what it means. These people are they're so funny because it's like, really? I mean, I know what it means. Most people that's over the age of probably 16 knows what it means. I mean, you can say, oh, I didn't know that. Some people may not truly know. Seriously, some people may not truly know. But any common sense person will know what that means. So come on, man, get real. Get real. We know what that means. Do we not know what that means, guys? Here, let's see if we can find some stuff over here on the X Factor. Let's see if we can jump over here for a minute. Oh yeah, we got Mayor Madani. This fool, he's always like, we need more money. Our budget, we need more money. We need more money. Let's see what this fool's saying. What is this? What's this joker? Man, these brothers, they're something. Let's see. Good. Good. About time they're taking accountability towards this asshole that keeps on, viciously and then hiding behind, oh, it's comedy. It's comedy. It's comedy. No, yes, he has a contract, though. They said he still has a long term contract, but this FFC or whatever, they can still investigate the situation. I mean, this is basically, if you don't know what he said the few days before the dinner the other night, he said, Mrs. Melania Trump's here. You're glowing like an expected widow. Okay, so you're wishing death upon President Trump again, just like you made fun of Charlie Kirk after he was assassinated. These people are deranged and they've been getting away with it for years and years. That's the problem. We've allowed them to get away with it. I don't understand the fucking GOP, the Republicans. Why are you got your heads up your asses? All you worry about is your money and your little bullshit bills that you want to pass. Start holding these people accountable. Do what, I don't care if you feel like you're going to get in trouble for doing it. Go after these people. Start, seriously. I don't care if they say, oh, it's revenge or not. It's been long enough. These people have been doing shit long enough to the right, to the conservative people, and to us Americans. It's time to start going after these people, in my opinion. You have to. I don't care if you agree with me, you disagree. Why did my browser lose connection? Am I live, guys? Can you see me? Shit. It says I'm live, but let's see. Am I not live? Am I not live? Okay. You can hear pretty good through that, so. Okay. You can hear pretty good through that. So I'm still live. Okay. Good. It said I lost connection with my browser. This weather, man, is freaking kicking some butt. All right. Really? You don't think it's about Kimball? Kimball? He ain't funny. He ain't been funny in years. This is the problem, though. Chris Chomo, whatever. Cholo. Dude, they've turned all, just like The View and all these other so-called shows, they've turned all this shit into political. You can, just like another guy said, well, why can't we just go home and sit and have some good comedy at night to relax? We can't even turn the TV on and enjoy some comedy just to relax because we've had a long day or all this sickness politics and all this back and forth crap that's going on in the media and the news and in real life. A man just wants to come home and relax, and maybe they just want to turn on the night show and have some comedy to relieve themselves. But instead, what do they get? They get Jimmy Kimmel. They get these people, The View. They get all these people, and all they've done is turn their shows into political shit and targeting the right and Trump. They got so much Trump derangement syndrome. It's completely took over their shows. It's took over their careers. And someone said he had a disability kid, Jimmy Kimmel. All the stuff you've done and made fun of people, do you not think that might have been karma or something telling you, hey, maybe you should stop? Tell jokes. Don't go after people. Because when you go after people, karma is real. I believe in karma, and you want to keep on, bad things happen, man. That's just life. There's a lot of shit that happens in life. Yeah, take him off the air. They're gonna have to do something with it. They obviously can't shut him up by, he's gonna keep on. Exactly. He's an employee. Take him off the roster. Put somebody else in his position. They ain't got to fire him. They can take him off the roster, right? Why is it not the smartest? You think he's really bringing in that many ratings? Huh. Oh, the president's wife got upset. So now, because she's upset, we're going to do something about it. We're going to complain and make them do. No, it ain't about her just getting upset. This is where they try to, they come out here on social media or their news podcasts, whatever they do. They say, well, the wife got upset. She was having a bad day. She got upset. So now they're going to target Jimmy Kimmel. No, it's what he said. First of all, if he would have came out the next morning or the next night, whenever he went live again or whatever, and said, hey guys, I told a joke the other night about, Mrs. Trump and Trump, I was referring to his age, him being 80 and her being so much younger in her 50s, and then this shooting happens, I apologize if that wasn't my goal. That would have been different. It was just a joke. But instead, no, he didn't. He doubles down on everything. So instead of coming immediately out and saying, hey, I apologize, this was a joke, this was no harm intended. No, he didn't do that. I think a lot of people would have understood if he would have came out and said, hey, this is just a joke. I was referring to his age. I think there wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But he knew, just like he made fun of Charlie Kirk after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And then you got people like this guy that supports this, and then they push it. That's the truth. That's the truth. Oh, you're a moron, buddy. Yeah, he needs to clean up people like you. Do you even know what lawfare is? The deep state, the lobbyist. Do you even know what the deep state lobbyist is? It could be somebody that owns a car company. They send a representative. Those are the lobbyists. Those are, they're looking to donate and get something in return. All these, it ain't just politicians or these big under people that billionaires that are lobbyists in the deep state. No, it's people that own companies, businesses. They said I watched a thing on it. It said there's thousands that show up and they want to donate, the deep state, you know, they're the lobbyists. They donate, but they also want something. What are you going to do for them? You know, you could own a car lot, be very successful. You could own this kind of business, a clothing or whatever. That is the lobbyist, and it's never going to stop. Let's see what old dipshit here. This is a good one. Okay, he's Benny Johnson says, okay, disgusting. Okay, Charlemagne justified. Yeah, we don't call him that other thing he calls himself because he's not. Charlemagne justifies the assassination attempt on Trump. The Trump administration has caused so much pain to people, really, everyday lives that some folks are fed up, willing to risk it all. Simple as that. This dude's a fool, though. If you don't know who the Charlemagne is, look at him. He has to read a script. He has to read something someone wrote him because he's too stupid to even think on his own. This dude's a joke. See? You couldn't come up with that on your own. You couldn't think of that on your own. A lot of people think he owns this Breakfast Club thing. You know, no. There's a white man that owns this company. He works for the white Jewish man, just like everybody else does. They think, oh, Charlemagne's, oh, he's, you know, he owns this, you know, organization, this club. Yeah, he's got books. He's wrote a book a time or two. Them ain't all his books. He tries to look like he owns this stuff. He don't. Go look it up. He don't own this company. Oh, what has he said? Name something that he has promoted that's violent, that has made somebody want to go out there and hurt a Democrat or somebody else. These people are sick, man. These people are truly sick. This is crazy. Brandon Gill. I like him. He's something, you know. Yeah, that's exactly. There's another woman that's get her out of there. That's what they're saying. Look at this. Yeah, this is exactly how they. This is look at his face. He knows this is ratchet shit, man. Here, let's act. Let's just be ratchet. Let's see what John President. Let's see what. Oh, well, he could have came out like I said and said, "I apologize. It was a joke. I didn't mean no harm. I was talking about his age, you know." But he didn't. I think everything would have been forgiven. I think it would have been looked at different. Seriously, guys, I think it would have been looked at different if Jimmy Kimmel would have came out and said, "Hey, as soon as that shooting happened, if he'd have came out and said, I did not mean any harm. I was just telling a joke. I apologize to Mrs. Trump and President Trump. It was, you know, I think that would have been the end of it. I really do. But instead, they always double down. I do too. I despise cancel culture, even though I keep getting canceled off YouTube in my fourth channel. It's insane. I despise it. I don't wish that upon anybody. So why do y'all keep doing it to me? Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. The only common sense Democrat right now that's in there. When this man had that stroke, it clicked that common sense in his brain. This is the only Democrat that actually has common sense and has broke away from the party like 3 or 4 times now and siding with this. First of all, I would have never made that joke. Do you understand what he's saying? He's saying you can tell a lot of jokes. I would have never said nothing like that, you know. And that's the common sense we're talking about. Have the common sense not to even tell the joke. Tell another joke, you know? Tell something funny about, hey, you know, she had to go somewhere to get the silverware or, you know, I don't know, something different. See, he even acknowledges it back in Butler when Trump got shot. It is. Exactly. Most of us don't find it funny. You know, the common sense people do not find it funny. It's not funny. You're dealing with real life here. You want to be dirty politics, but don't do it to where it's going to threaten or hurt somebody's family. Leave that shit in the politic, in the Capitol Hill. Leave that shit up there where you're going to argue your bills. Try to pass legislation. Try to get that passed. Write it out in bills. You don't sit and do things to when politics gets so hard to where it actually hurts, like it has been, people, being unalived over politics or people's views or point of views, like Charlie Kirk and stuff. It's nonsense, man. Leave that shit out of it. Yeah, I wouldn't either. But they sure like to cancel us. Well, of course he does. It's common sense. I'm sure. Yeah. Trump can't take Kimball off the air. When are you guys going to wake up and stop pushing that? Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Even TMZ, they're woke. They're left. This is the problem. This is the problem. What if he takes him off? Trump cannot take him off the air. It has to be ABC and Disney, guys. It has to be these people that own it and run it. Is in the FFC or whoever is that's investigating him. It goes through a system. This is what they push. They push that, President Trump can just make a phone call and say, hey, fire him. I don't like him being on ABC because of what he said. And they're going to fire. Bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm telling you right now, guys, that's horseshit. Trump does not pick up the phone and call and say that, and they do it. That goes through a complete different people that own that program and everything. So far. And I get it. He has his free speech. Jimmy has his free speech. I understand that. But when does it come to the point of violence? Free speech does have consequences. Like if somebody walks up to me in the street and says something, yeah, they have the free speech to say that. But that doesn't mean I don't have to like it. You know what I mean? I can do something about it. I could do something to them. And free speech has consequences. You have to be ready for the consequences if you're going to run your mouth like that. Just because we have free speech doesn't mean that it's free to do and say whatever without not knowing that you may get dealt with. Just like Rob Schneider said, it is the speech that we don't like that needs to be protected, and I understand that. And Jimmy Kimmel does have his free speech, but when you determine it to being a threat, then there's consequences. It just is. That's common sense, man. Just like he said, first of all, I would have never said that joke. That's the common sense we're trying to tell you. Don't even get to that part of that joke because you shouldn't even say it because it's common sense not to say it. Say something else. You want to talk about the man's age? Cool. Make a joke about his age. Not that he's going, she's fixing to be a widow. Yeah, well, yeah, see? 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 No, but Trump ain't canceling him. Well, I mean, yeah, it'll pass. I'm sure it is. Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Venezuela, Cuba, you know, it'll be pushed out. Iran. Yeah, so it ended there. Oh yes. Oh yes, yes. Have you seen this? Oh my lord. Let's see. Have you seen this yet? Oh my, I forgot about this streamer. What the hell? This streamer here is hit. He's doing a walk across the country. This streamer, and somebody hits him with a car. Warning, 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 warning. Right here, guys. Watch this. This is a famous streamer. He is walking across the country. He's pushing a cart with like water, food, stuff like that. Just let me go ahead and tell you right now, it's graphic, guys. This is a graphic scene. Fair use. We're going to do this. Disclaimer. Okay. We're gonna use warning. This video contains graphic content. Viewers' discretion advised. Please get ready, guys. Get ready. Ready? This is a famous streamer now. He did go to the hospital. He is okay, by the way. This is wild, man. He got up. He got up. I can't play it from there. His music will kill the stream. So this lady here, I posted this the other day. Not this ain't me. I posted this on my shorts. This is how ridiculous Ilhan Omar is. Listen to what she says. Do not forget that. She's talking about America. Listen to this. Listen to this right here. Remember, she calls us dumb. Remember? Listen to this. She called American people dumb, but listen to what she's fixing to say. During World War 11, lady, we ain't even had World War 3. We've only had 2 world wars. So whoever wrote this out for her is dumb. I agree. They're dumb. But she's dumb for even she's stupid. She's so stupid. This lady is a idiot. She says these people are idiots. Really? But even when you went over your speech saying this, you should have corrected that and know that we haven't been in World War 11. Oh, it's so funny. She's funny. She's an idiot, but she's funny. She's beans or bananas and rice. Is that, did they say banana? Oh yeah, we have an update. The FBI raided finally after 6 months though. It's official. After 6 months, he even got the poster of him and Tim Waltz boxing, because these were memes. Remember that these were memes on the internet of him, Nick Shirley. And also, look here, like he says, finally after 6 months, but now they've had 6 months to hide all the evidence. And that's what made him so famous. It wasn't just the investigation; it was the Leering Center that blew up so much. Well, I'm glad he did it, man. This he deserves everything he gets. He deserves the pay. He deserves all that attention. Yeah, Nick Shirley, finally, yeah, the Quality Leering Center. Yeah, you know, they asked him if he would go work for Fox or some a network like that. He said no. He said it ain't about the money. He said, "I love what I do. I can do it freely. I don't have a boss. I won't have to be told what I can say and what I can't say. And I agree with him 100%. The only thing is, he's taking a very big, because he's huge on social media, every platform. He's got millions of followers, millions of views on every platform: Instagram, Facebook, X, Rumble, but he's taking a chance. And I get it. He wants to be able to investigate who he wants, free speech, whatever, do what he wants. I understand that. Trust me, I do. But we could lose all this social media tomorrow. We could lose the internet. He could be canceled. There goes his money. There goes his pay. So when you're big time, you better put your money, you better spend it wisely, invest it wisely, put it up, because I just don't believe this internet stuff's going to last. The social media will not for a lot of these people. I don't think they're not going to. Yes, it's a good run for a lot of people. They're making good money, some good money, but I just don't think it's going to last forever for a lot of them. I could be wrong, but I'm being serious. Yep. Yep. See, it blew up because of that right there. That is the truth right there. Why he blew up. That's the exact reason why he blew up, because it was lyric. They misspelt it. I mean, truthfully, he was already huge on YouTube and stuff, but he blew up on X big time. But yeah, if you go watch his YouTube videos, he goes in behind the trenches. He's been doing this for a long time. This is not just one hit wonder, and this one hit made him famous. Yes, this one video did make him famous, made everybody see who he was, but there's a lot of people that already knew who this kid was. Yeah, the Quality Learning Center. He took advantage of it. I don't blame him. I don't blame him a bit. I'm surprised they ain't tried to sue him, because he put that Learning Center on his shirt and he's trademarked it. But they didn't trademark it. But still, it's their business name, Learning Center. It was supposed to be learning. So, truthfully, I'm surprised they didn't try. These Somalians are dirty, man. I hope they get Ilhan Omar investigated fully, and if they find something, I hope they do, hold her accountable. See, you got to watch what you say on these platforms, because people will sue you over nothing, over just mentioning their name. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. He's trying to take credit for what Nick Shirley did. Nick Shirley's the one that investigated all this, and he's the one that exposed it. Now Tim Waltz is saying, yeah, no, it didn't. It got rated because this kid right here on the screen, Nick Shirley, exposed y'all's fraud, just like he did in California. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. All right, buddy. Cool. But okay. Let's see what these nut ladies have to say. Why did he delete it? If he didn't know what it meant, why did he delete it right after? Hmm. So he deleted it immediately. He immediately deleted it, but he didn't know what it meant, huh? And I bet you claim you didn't even know what it meant either. I bet Whoopi says, I didn't know what that meant. How much you want to bet these ladies will say, well, I didn't know what it meant? Really? You're going to say you famous, rich ladies have never been to a nightclub or to a bar or anything and seen any of this? Hey, 86 this person, get them out of here, blah, blah, blah. Come on. Of course he'll deny it. Yeah. I'm sure you think you are. No, you're not. You're not innocent, bud. These old cows have to say. See, smartasses. They take nothing serious. They've got Trump derangement syndrome so bad. It's ridiculous. This is how they think they're going to be fun. Just like Jimmy Kimmel. They think it's funny. They think it's funny. These ladies are disgusting. Especially that one right there. She's so bad. The one in the blue. They push so much propaganda, fearmonger. Every day they push this shit. This show was not supposed to be about Trump derangements. They have Trump derangements. I don't think there's a day that's went by in 10 years they haven't spoke about President Trump. Or the right, They've turned the Morning View talk show on about hot topics and celebrities and, Hollywood to nothing but political derangement syndrome. It's what it is. It's political derangement syndrome. Throw it out. Get rid of it. Exactly. 86 it. Get rid of it. But we know what it means out here on the streets, lady, and you do too. I got to write this down. I just thought of something good I'm going to put on a hat. Guys, I mean, these ladies are nutty. I think that would be a good quote on a hat. I think I could sell that because a lot of people have that. Good. Really? Well, I'll call him out for it. He shouldn't have said the shit. Here's this learning. She's supposed to be a lawyer and she speaks this the way she speaks. I think my opinion matters. No, it don't. What happened to your husband in the investigation of him committing fraud? Did he just get away with it? I live in a white neighborhood and I went to the police station, she said. Sonny did. She said she went to her local police station. She said, because I live in a white suburb community, gated community. And I told the police, my son is going to be training for the school or Olympics or for, athlete something. He's black. So don't you be harassing him. How racist is that shit? To go to your local police station and say, my son's black, don't be harassed. How privileged do you think you are? These people are deranged, man. I'm telling you. Really? You think that's Todd Blanche's? And it may, but a jury thought it was enough to indict him. You know? Yeah. Yeah, he was indicted once before and it didn't fly. So, and it may not go. It may fall under the category of free speech, meaning, you know, if you're one of the reasons why Elon Musk bought Twitter X now, so you could post, you know, you can say, you know, you got free speech. And I believe that's where he posted it, right? Was Twitter. So I'm not going to argue against free speech, but like I said, not all free speech is just free. There is, you know, there is consequences to things that are threats, violence, you know, things like that. You have to be careful. It falls back to me. The way I was raised, it falls back to common sense. Shouldn't have did it to start with. If you'd have had the common sense not to do it and post it, you wouldn't be in this mess. Bottom line. I can't watch these ladies too long. They're disgusting. So I have to mute them. Well, look at this. What is this? Liberals are now meeting up and singing to boost moral. Okay. I can't even play that. They got music. These people are deranged, man. Look at them. Mostly white. Probably all gay. Look at them. Let's see what's going on over here on CNN. A lot of people have got on to me, or not got on to me. I'm a grown man, but they like to comment and they say, "Hey, you're just an echo chamber." No, I'm not. I'm not that channel that that just steals the thumbnails and puts your picture in. I'm not the channel that just shows 5 topics every morning of just from Fox News. I'm not that echo chamber. As you see, I show. The only reason I don't show a lot more CNN and MSNBC is because they copyright everything, guys. And that's why I go to X to find clips of CNN. And that's why I try not to be biased. You know, I have to be unbiased. I can't be biased. Like I am a conservative, but I'm a realist. And I call the bullshit out. And if you like that kind of channel, you come, make sure you subscribe, comment, you know. Also, what I like to do is show both sides and let you guys decide on who's telling the truth or what the news is, who's speaking what. And also what I'd like to do, I don't want to be biased. You know, I want people to come to this channel and be able to get information the way they want and let them decide on their own. I'm not going to tell anyone how to think, who to vote for, or any of that stuff. Even though I'm a conservative, and yes, I do support Trump, that doesn't mean we can't discuss things. That doesn't mean we can't, you know, I can't show clips of CNN and show you what these people are saying. So let's just go here and see what. See, we're going to see what they say. See? See, I'm not going to just show you one news station. See? Exactly. Scott Jennings. And let's see what this old dude's saying. Y'all know who this is, don't you? This is the Democrat. This is the voice of the Democrat Party, James Woods. You know who he is? He's a great actor. James Woods is saying, okay, remember that this slobbering loony was the lead campaign strategist, yeah, for Bill Clinton's so-called war room. Yeah, remember that? Imagine Hillary and this. Yeah, imagine them in power. Imagine Hillary and this guy in power. You listen good, Trump. If you listening to me, you listen good. You fat fuck. He called him a fat fuck. Really? He said, I speak for a lot of people, you fat asshole. Look at that face. I hate that fucker. Do you see that? Oh my Lord. Look at that. He looks like he's taking a shit. Oh, Secretary Head. Okay, yeah. Hexeth and General Kane is testifying right now on Capitol Hill. I hate the motherfucker. He's got that Louisiana accent. I hate the motherfucker combo. He says he wants to get worse. Arrangement. Look at him spitting. Oh Lord. Hey more. That's what you call a true fucking loony, dude. Look at this shit. What the hell? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your youth. This is your youth. That needs to happen, man. Put his ass in handcuffs. They got to stop this shit, man. This is what's the problem. These damn teenagers. Yeah. This is the problem right here. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Content warning, adult content, guys. Yeah, we don't want to watch that. Let's see what she's saying here. What are we talking about? Israel? Oh, we got Gerardo. He's a loony too. He's got Trump derangement too. Let me turn it up a little bit. See? Ain't that crazy? Ain't that something? Do you believe that? That is some wild shit. So they leave out that, saying that's not political violence. Even though a man got assassinated for his free speech, his political views. The George Floyd riots, the 24 people that got unalived because of the left, the left's riots. That's the left. The Black Lives Matter, all those that are left, and they murdered 24 people, innocent. And it's not even listed as even Trump's assassination attempt is not even listed, is what she's saying. They wouldn't even put that in there but they will put nothing but white nationalists, acts of violence or drug dealers. Yeah. See? That's sad. Did you hear that? Any? That's crazy. So the left, and they're blaming it on the right as a study. They're saying they're categorizing it as the right. That is crazy. This is why they keep pushing this shit and say, "Oh, this is why you can't believe studies, guys, or statistics on this shit, because it's false. These people are making up shit. This is serious." Exactly, because they're pushing it. They're saying, "Oh, here's the statistics on this and that," when these studies are completely both. They're writing them basically their way and the way they want it to turn out, and blaming the right for everything. Holy shiznick! That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That is insane. I'd like to find this. Let's see. Copy link. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's here we go. Here, I have a clip, but I wanted to show you guys. Wait a minute. Wait, what? What? Wait a minute. You mean the left stood for a king? Look at them standing up, taking photos and videos. Look at them. This is the left, remind you, the ones that keep saying no king protest. We're going to support the no king protesters. We're going to support the no king. We don't believe in no kings. Trump's trying to be a king and a dictator. No king protest. But they're standing for a king in the Capitol. Look at them filming, videoing right here. Lady in red, lady in blue down here. Look, old lady down here on the bottom. Nancy Pelosi standing up, clapping. Chuck Schumer. Oh, look, there's the leader of the minority party, the black guy. What's his name? Silly boy. Yeah, look, there's Ilhan Omar. Is that her applauding? She's clapping. She's clapping for a king. But then they turn around and scream, "No king protest, no kings." What is this shit going for, dude? Look at them. They're videoing the King Charles III, clapping for King Charles, standing ovation for King Charles. Really? But then they push his propaganda and these no kings protest. This is the hypocrisy. This is the bullshit right here. Yeah, look at them, Democrats. Look at all those Democrats standing and clapping. Look at them. Look, the whole party, everybody. They say, "Oh, this is not bipartisan. This shouldn't be this is bipartisan. This shouldn't be one side. This should be bipartisan. We should all really." Then why do you guys keep pushing the No Kings protest? You know Trump is not a king. He's not trying to be a king. He's not trying to be a dictator. If he did, he would not leave office. He wouldn't have left the first time. This is where you can't get it through their thick skulls. They're dense. They have no common sense. But then they will see. They won't show. Which this is. But what I'm saying is the Democrats won't go out here and show their loony libtards out here in the streets and the people, the American people. They won't show them these videos and say, "Here, look, I stood and clapped for a king." But I'm going to support you when you do a No Kings protest. That is the biggest. Look at them all. Look, Chuck Schumer, all of them standing, videoing, all of them. Talk about ridiculous. And here's a silly one. He attempts to take the credit for it. He's trying to take the credit for what Nick Shirley did. Buddy, you need to be in jail. No, he says the buck stops with me. He is a joke. No, it ain't. It's happening, but it's not. Yeah, this is the hypocrisy. This is the bullshit. Silly, 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 silly. $9 billion. Why do you have to be so loud, truck? Why the hell's the semi got to be so loud? Oh my lord. Not a single comment in this whole show, guys. Where are you at? Why are you not commenting? This is crazy. Where are you at, algorithm? Where's the algorithm, guys? It's funny. You fuckers will watch my shorts. You fuckers will comment. But then you can't come to a live stream because the algorithm's not pushing it out there. It's ridiculous. This idiot. Tampon Tim. Bro, you have no future in politics after your time's up. This was Tuesday, guys. So he's trying to take credit for what Nick Shirley did, basically. He's trying to take credit for all this. Come again? Yeah. You see, Cash Patel should have even mentioned, he should have said Nick Shirley, if it wasn't from Nick Shirley, you're trying to take credit for Nick Shirley. Where's the balls on these people? Even Cash Patel, where are you at, buddy? Why don't you have balls? Trump built you up to be this badass, director. Dude, you're weak as ice cream, in my opinion. You really are. You really are. Yeah, he does. Trying to take credit for what a 21-year-old kid did. It's politics, guys. It's politics. That's all it is. Let's see what PBD's saying today. Shouldn't be cocky. Yeah. It's okay to be confident, but don't be so cocky where you think you're going to win and get in there and get your ass kicked. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be so damn cocky when you get in the ring. So, yeah. So, anyways, we're going to go up here and see what we got going on. Let's see. Stephen A. Smith says, whose rhetoric has contributed most to the current climate of politics, violence in America? Oh, so of course, he put President Trump, the media, Democrats, Republicans. I'm going to say the media. Really? So he's a leftist. Most people that watch his shows the left. 42.3% say Trump. The media, 25.5% say the media. 29% say Trump. Now, Democrats, 39.4%. Republicans, 1.7%. So he's got a pretty good audience that's back. His audience is kind of, middle. It's almost 50-50, it seems like, because that's what he's asking right now. Who's got the most, violent rhetoric or whatever of the political violence in America? 29.1% say Trump, 29.8% the media. So it's beating that Trump by just a few. Democrats has got 39. They're winning. The Democrats' fault is what people saying to blame. It's Democrat 39.4% and 1.7% with Republicans. I agree. It's more media and Democrats, of course. What do you think? Do you believe it? So, and here's what some of these. Let's see. Okay, so Miss Rodeo Clown got permanently banned from wearing an Obama mask and joking about him getting gored by a bull. Yes, do you remember that? ABC fired Chris Harrison. Yep, for merely asking about an old anti-bum party photo. Roseanne Barr's show got canceled for a stupid tweet. Yep. Exactly. So they can fire Roseanne. They can fire, these people. They can, hey, let's fire, the conservatives over here. But let's not take action. We can fire a rodeo clown that had a mask on, that had an Obama mask on, that fought the bulls. And if you don't know what a rodeo clown is, it's somebody that's in the arena. So when they bull ride and stuff, when the bull, bucks the rider off, the clowns can get their attention away from that person, the rider, and they can get them back in the chutes. It's something that they can fire somebody like that, but they can't fire Jimmy Kimmel for what he said. So it's all double standard. You guys know what I mean. It all is. So we're going to end the show here today. Make sure you go support the show, guys. We got them going across the screen right there. Fair use, by the way. Disclaimer. Also, your donos will be read out loud. If you donate while you're rewatching this show, guys, leave a comment. I will read it on the next live stream. So Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, right there. As you can see, we're going to end the day here. It is Wednesday. What's today's date? It is April the 29th, 2026. We're going to end it here. Thank you for showing up, guys. Thanks for being in the chat. Everybody that watched this, we'll be back here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Make sure you turn your notifications on, subscribe to the channel, stay in your lane, or crash the damn thing.